Hey guys, welcome to the first in this series, this Better Late Than Never series. I've been wanting to do this for a little while now. I figure I'm going to make this exclusive for my subscribers. It's a little bit of a thank you, a little bit of an extra. So I thought a good way to do this is to, take a look at the older Bishoujo, maybe some of the older figures that I have with a little more hindsight, a little bit of perspective, and I don't know, maybe dissect them a little bit, more so than just a review, I guess. And I thought a good one to do that with is Black Cat, for a few reasons. One is that she was just recently released by Koto on their website, as part of a warehouse find, I guess. I understand Koto had a little bit of trouble with their website, but we won't get into that right now. So some people are going to be purchasing or have her purchased her, and we'll be receiving her soon. So it will be new to some people. Another thing is that Black Cat is an odd duck in the Bishoujo line. She's probably the strangest, in my opinion. And I say that for a few reasons. One, the figure itself is kind of strange. So we have the Spider-Man base. All right, so that's kind of odd. It's transparent Spider-Man. They haven't done really any base like this since. So that's a little unique. Spider-Man's face on there kind of puts to rest any question, or at least it should, about what character this is, which might be necessary because she does not look like Black Cat. But you got a kind of a mix here. You have the design display base, but you also have a little bit of a diorama here of this gothic-looking building from New York, presumably. And she also has a kickstand to stop her from... Because the only point of contact she has is this tiny little ledge kind of thing that comes off of her foot. It is attached to her foot. There's no getting rid of that. But given enough time, this thing will sag without a kickstand. I've seen them secondhand, people selling them without the kickstand, and she's drooping down like this, where her foot is touching the base, which is a weird look. It's a weird look anyway, frankly, if you ask me. This whole figure is kind of weird. So there we go. That sticks out away from the building about yay far, and then that part holds up her leg. So one of the other reasons why she's weird is that she's not black. She is Black Cat, but this figure is blue, and she's kind of a metallic. The paint is really nice. The paint actually kind of reminds me of Catwoman's paint. How it's kind of a very rich metallic paint. It's got some sparkliness to it. Turn up this a little bit here. You can see what I'm talking about. Oops. Very attractive looking paint. Sorry, I'm trying to get this to focus. Here we are. And very nice paint they used, but it's not black. And I don't know, that's not that big a deal, but I mean, the character's name is Black Cat after all. The costume itself is pretty accurate. The color's probably the only part that's a little weird. She definitely should be a darker, I guess a darker blue, but I would say a black with maybe blue highlights would be a little better. Another thing that makes her weird is that she's kind of portrayed here a lot younger than Black Cat is. Black Cat, and I've never seen a young version of Black Cat, I don't think anywhere, meaning this artist happens to draw her looking a little bit younger. Maybe Humberto Ramos, just because he doesn't tend to draw curves on girls. They all end up looking kind of young, but I'm getting sidetracked. That's neither here nor there. But not only does she not have really any curves here either, as far as, you know, if you compare her to a lot of Bishoujo, she's fairly curve-less. Her thighs, she's got a pretty big thigh gap there. That's, I don't know, that's usually reserved for the thinner women. Kind of girls that are a little, I don't know, you wouldn't be described as voluptuous, which I think Black Cat typically is. But you can kind of see she doesn't really have too much curves to her. So that kind of makes her look a little younger than Black Cat typically looks. Black Cat also has a huge rack. I think everybody knows that. Like, Black Cat has really big boobs, and they're always on display. Now, these are not small, but in the Bishoujo line, they absolutely are. These are pretty mild compared to other Bishoujo. So the fact that her costume, it looks, the design of it is accurate enough, but the body in it doesn't feel very Black Cat-ish, and the color is off. Another weird thing about this figure is that she has really big eyes. And these are unique eyes, and I don't know how many people are aware of how her eyes work. So what Koto did with Black Cat is they have a piece of white plastic, that's the white of her eye, and then they have a piece of clear plastic that lays over that. And then painted on that clear plastic is the iris of her eye. And that's kind of strange. They've never done that with another Bishoujo before or since. And it gives her eyes a sense of depth that the others don't have. I'm not sure how well it comes across in the video here, but she has very big eyes. And whenever you have big eyes like that on a bigger eyes, and without the head being bigger, you know, the eyes proportionally large compared to the head, that's a very young looking look. They do that with anime and I don't know, pretty much anything. A lot of animation, cartoon artists and things like that will draw characters to make them look young. They'll have really big features on small faces, and that's what she's got here. So she kind of looks like a teenager. It seems pretty deliberate. I mean, she's got big eyes. She's got a pretty modest shape to her. And all of those things are fine. Just not with Black Cat, right? She's holding her little, I don't know what this is exactly. It's a heart-shaped rock of some sort. I mean, you know, I'm sure it's supposed to be a gem, but it's not clear or anything. They just painted it silver. So, not really sure what it's supposed to be, but she seems to be happy to have it. So, all in all, I think she's a good figure, but just kind of uncharacteristic of the character. So, this was made, you know, before they started doing the transparent hair. So her hair is just completely painted. It does have the somewhat famous Koto hair seam that goes across the top there. Well made, just kind of strangely designed. Maybe not well made. I should maybe it. The reason I would maybe say that it's not well made is that without this kickstand, she really does droop, and having a kickstand on there is really weird. I think they know that. That's why we don't have any other Bishoujo with one. But maybe they could have put a lamppost there or some other diorama piece to attach her foot to. Seems bizarre having a clear stand like that, but anyway, that's Black Cat. I got mine used a couple of years ago. She was like $30. I think I got her on Amazon because her package was damaged. She came with a box. I still have the box. It's it's pretty banged up, but the Shuna Yamashita illustration also has her looking fairly young. She's a little curvier. The pose is a little different. She's not looking at the gem she's holding, for instance. And I don't know if you. I guess I could just pop the art in here and you can see for yourself. So I don't know. It's a good figure, but man, is it weird. Let me show you the ring on her zipper here. There we go. So, thanks for watching. I appreciate you subscribing. Oops. I really do appreciate it. Oh, don't forget size comparison, right? Almost forgot. So, Marvel Legends, strangely enough, more accurate Black Cat. She's black, she's very curvy, she's very clearly a woman. She's very curvy. To that point, Hasbro actually created a new sculpt to make Black Cat. They made one for more voluptuous women, not young girls. And Black Cat was the first figure they made with this sculpt, so Hasbro understood that much. Koto made this a few years ago. I don't think a figure like this gets made again, being one that deviates so far away from what is classically that character. We've seen recently with She-Hulk, everybody complained that she was a little too cute looking, and that her skin was a little too bright. I really like the changes that they ended up making, but I don't think that like the difference between what they were originally going to release and what we know as She-Hulk, that gap is much smaller than this and what we know as Black Cat. So, kind of interesting piece. I like it for that reason, that it's so kind of strange, that it has a few things that no other Bishoujo has. So, all in all, I think it's a pretty cool figure for that reason. If you can find it somewhere and get a deal, I would really recommend that. But honestly, this thing's been around for years now. If you don't have it by now, you're probably not interested. And if you are interested, you've probably been able to figure out a way to get it. So thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I appreciate it. I'll be doing another, better late than never review. I'm not sure what it will be just yet, but I will be doing more. So stay subscribed, stay tuned in, and stay patient, please, as I get through them. And thanks. Comment down below, and I'll see you on the next one.